SHW pre-show.
SHW, this is our wrestling.
Brandon Benefield, Gerard Bonner, and Diana Michelle.
All right, folks, we are live. We are live. B-double Brandon Benefield alongside the great GB Gerard Bonner and, of course, the lovely Diana Michelle. This is SHW72, and this is your pre-show. Guys, how are we feeling? It's so good to be back, and it's great to see you guys.
It's amazing. I mean, I got a vibe tonight, and I don't know if GB told you, but I was trying to run the ropes earlier. I've never done that before. But I was in the mode. So I feel like it's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a very good night. Of course, whenever Diana is feisty, it's always a good night. If she's ready to run the ropes, you already know what kind of night it's going to be. Spring is springing. Pollen is pollinating. It's a wild time around here, but that means it's time for SHW72. I can't wait. We've got another amazing card, and I'm actually a little nervous because there's just so much room for so much to happen tonight that, it's highly unpredictable. Can't wait to talk about it.
Diana, let's shift to your left just a little. Squeeze you in there, make sure we got everybody in the frame. There we go.
There we are.
But, GB, you're exactly right. It's going to be a crazy night. A lot of tensions running high after the last couple of shows. We talk about the infantry, the tag team champions, having their belts, their title belts actually stolen, literally stolen by the Skulk, Liam Gray and Adrian Alanis. And there's our boy. What's up?
I like it.
Yes, sir. DJ Turnup on the ones and twos, by the way, and the crowd is starting to filter in and showing off their dance moves to us off camera. But, so the Skulk stealing the title belts and actually having the nerve to go all over Georgia to different promotions with the SHW tag titles, claiming to be the champions. All the while, Carly and Sean are fit to be tied.
Yeah.
Fit to be tied.
To say the least.
I can't wait to hear what Carly's got to say. I mean, I already know when he gets feisty and fired up, it's on. But tonight he's upset. He's upset.
You caught yourself.
I did.
Saw it.
I
saw it. I'm impressed.
Because I was wondering where you were about to go.
Yeah, and I was
upset. So, I mean, there's no telling what he's going to do tonight. There's no telling what's going to happen tonight. All I got to say is if you are the Skulk, I wish you wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, Carly Bravo with a live mic is always a sight to see. Carly Bravo mad with a live mic is a problem. If you don't believe it, if you follow him on the socials, particularly here on Facebook and wherever else, he went live a couple of weeks ago. He was in Texas at South by Southwest, and all he could talk about was Southern Honor Wrestling and the Skulk stealing the tag team championships. It's not going to bode well, and I understand that they're all here under the same building tonight.
Right.
So I don't know. They're not in a scheduled match against each other, but who needs a schedule when your titles have been stolen? And, I mean, just think about all that the infantry went through to become tag team champions here in Southern Honor. I mean, obviously their time in Ring of Honor, the time that, quite frankly, was spent inside the Rumble Jack for Carly Bravo to best 30-plus others to get that opportunity and to be non-conventional and choose to go after the tag titles instead of the JTS Legacy title or the SHW Championship. So they've earned those tag titles. So for some team to come in after they lost, by the way, and then take and procure the titles and act like it's theirs, I understand why there's a chip on the shoulder of the infantry. I'm nervous for what they could do here tonight.
Well, that's the thing. We know they're going to be in action. We don't know who they're facing, but I do not envy anybody who has to step across from Sean Dean and Carly Bravo here tonight. We do know, as you mentioned, the Skulk also in action. We do know their opponents. Northside Heroes returning here to the action building. And Northside taking the infantry to the limit not too long ago. The Skulk taking the infantry to the limit just last month. Now the Skulk versus Northside. This one, this one might be an instant classic for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm excited for Offside to be back. I think I said before when they were here last time, I said we need to have more of them.
Yeah.
Because, dang, dudes can go. I ain't got a whole lot to say about the Skulk. I mean, I'm still aggravated.
I saw you have an interaction with Adrian Alanis earlier.
Yeah.
And he was still claiming to you that he wants you to announce them as the SHW tag champs.
Fat chance.
Yeah, I overheard that and I went, oh, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that is absolutely not going to happen ever. But yeah, I'm excited about this match because Offside I think is going to mop the floor with them. So they're going to take them by surprise, and then they gonna know what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you, you're looking at the last two teams to battle our current tag team champions. And to your point, they both took the infantry to the limit. 2 match of the year candidates there for sure. Now the question is, between these two teams, who deserves the rematch with the infantry? Now, if you leave it to the infantry, they want to get their hands on the Skulk, more so the tag team championships. But they've also spoken so highly about that match with Offside Heroes.
Absolutely.
So I'm intrigued to see what will happen between those two teams tonight. If indeed this is somewhat of a #1 contenders match, I don't know. But what I do know is it's a tag team classic in the making.
Yes,
if you love good tag team wrestling, be here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Another match we have coming up tonight. A lot of backstory going into this one. We saw the turn of Gunnar Miller several months ago, aligning himself with that dastardly Matt the Mouth Griffin, who keeps calling himself now the Kingpin of Georgia Wrestling, which, I mean, excuse me, but
Kingpin.
give me a break.
Kingpin.
I just swore he said penguin.
See?
I could swore
See?
he had. I
See?
swear.
See?
Well, you hear what you want to hear sometimes.
Well, you
And,
know, to the pure, all things are pure.
I shall speak my truth. That is the penguin of Georgia Wrestling.
Well, here's the thing.
Wow.
They took out Gary Lamb. They've seemingly run Gary off from his own promotion. Dylan Freimeyer, co-owner of the company, was brutally attacked and bloodied by Gunnar Miller, whipped with the belt, using the belt buckle to bust open his head.
Yeah.
And it was a rough scene that we saw over the last couple of months. And so now, Sunny Days is back for some vengeance here. Sunny Days defending the honor of Southern Honor Wrestling.
Yes.
It'll be Sunny Days versus Gunnar Miller. So you have the monster of SHW taking on the so-called GM of SHW, or real GM, as Matt Griffin likes to say. And I don't know. Obviously, everybody here, we work here at Southern Honor. We don't like outsiders coming in here, such as Matt Griffin, and trying to take over. And not only is he trying to take over, he's taking one of our OG guys, Gunnar Miller, and getting all in his head, and he's changing up his ways. By the way, you heard us talk about it maybe a couple of weeks ago on the podcast. Gunnar Miller not very quiet on social media.
Not at all.
Gunnar Miller not, he's definitely letting it be known what he thinks of different people that work here at SHW. However, there was one person on the list, that being Gerard Bonner. Everybody else got the middle finger. You got, he's cool. I still don't know what's up with that.
Any latest? You did.
Yeah, what did I do?
I don't know.
Any latest update?
Well, and you're not even on the list, which is shocking.
True.
Given of the three of us, she's been, let's just say, the most vocal.
The most vocal, absolutely.
I have strong feelings about this guy.
You don't say.
Is there anything else you'd like to add to those strong feelings? Dirty Diana, your song is playing right now.
Playing
if you can hear it, Turn Up is on point back there.
I don't have a whole lot that I want to add except cowards will be cowards.
Oh,
wow.
Well,
she just called the new GM a coward.
He's only a GM because his initials are GM. Come on.
Well,
come on. Like Matt Griffin, he's the MG. What is going on? GM, whatever. It's just.
Well, here's what I will say to that. I don't know how I made it onto Gunnar Miller's good list. I'm grateful that I did because I don't want that man choking me. Whether you like him or not,
here's the thing.
He's a very big man.
But initially, he was coming after you.
Initially, he was.
On social media.
I don't know. There's not been any side conversations. I don't know. But here's what I do know. I do know that at some point, we're going to have to learn what is the end game? What is the goal of Gunnar Miller? That's the question. Is it to take over the company? Is it to get back into the championship picture? I cannot quite tell what it is. Or is it that he just likes, let's just say, asserting his will on others? Others might use a word called bullying. I don't know. I would not make that accusation. But I don't know what it is. But I mean, for him to partner, of course, with the Mouth, as you called him, Matt Griffin, I don't know. I do know that Sunny Days has a really tough task ahead of him. He's being led, of course, by emotion, by honor, by the desire to defend. But one thing that, whether you like it or not, Gunnar Miller's new attitude has produced new wins. And wins move you up the conversation for championship consideration. So I don't know. We may not like it, but it's been working for him. Will it work tonight? That's the question.
Yeah, we'll find out. And if he does win this match against Sunny Days, I mean, what does that do?
What's next?
With them, kind of trying to take over their grasp on the power here.
Yeah.
With Southern Honor Wrestling. Let's hope that doesn't happen, but you just never know. Could be a numbers game coming involved there with Matt Griffin on the outside, like we talked about. So we shall see. Of course, we've got the big main event, Murder One taking on Austin Towers. We'll get to that here in just a few minutes. But before we do that, we got to name a new number one contender for the Jake the Snake Legacy Championship.
Yeah.
And Sal Renaro, he conferred with Jake the Snake himself. And they came up with this idea of a huge 7-man gauntlet match to determine that new number one contender. They picked 7 of the best here in the state of Georgia. Let's run through the list. There's Fry Daddy, Aaron Dallas, Rosario Grillo, Grayson Pierce, Jay Lucas, Alexander Lev, and Hollywood Hunter James. I mean, 7 of the, some guys in there that have been around a long time and have proved themselves in Georgia over and over. A lot of new faces, up-and-comers coming in to this matchup. Some of these guys we've talked about, like when we saw Hunter James go one-on-one with Alexander Lev, we said this is a feud we could see going into the future and leading this company into years to come here. So all 7 of these guys in this gauntlet match, who can run the gauntlet, who will survive at the end, and who will become the new number one contender.
These are some of my favorite wrestlers.
I know, all in one match.
I mean,
we're spoiled here.
That's crazy. I mean, Fry Daddy, I love Fry Daddy. We go way back to the beginning of Diana.
Wow.
I mean, way back. So, that's my OG. I have to point out that Lev is, to me, the standout.
Okay.
Is that weird that I said that?
If you would have asked us that, a
3
year
months ago,
or even 3 months ago, it might have been a little strange. But it just shows how far he's come from
That's
Rookie of the Year to where he is now.
I think Lev's the standout. I think he's the one to watch. I don't know when he's coming in.
Yeah, we don't know the order yet.
This order of the gauntlet, but I feel like he's the standout. But then again, Hollywood Hunter James is a former Jake the Snake Legacy champion, despite what he might call it, Jake the Snake Legacy champion. So he's also a standout, and this is just going to be a fire match. The whole thing, y'all got to watch it. If you ain't here to watch it, you got to get here to watch it because it ain't going to be the same. That's going to be it. Fire match.
There it is. I will say this for those who've never seen a gauntlet match. Here's how it works. Unlike, say, a scramble or a 7-pack challenge, it starts off with 2 men in the ring. And the only way another man comes in is after a fall is decided. So pinfall, submission, count out, DQ, and then the next person comes in. Right. So when you're dealing with a gauntlet match, for all of the skills that you have, the luck of the draw is a big, big part of this match. Because if you're the last man to come in, you're going to be the freshest. If you're the first 2 to come in, you got to run through the whole gauntlet. And that means running through all of the opponents here tonight. You have to essentially beat 6 men tonight to get a shot at the Jake the Snake Legacy Championship. So that really does alter some things in terms of who could actually get a real opportunity. You mentioned Lev being a standout. Lev, I think, certainly has incredible momentum. And it's ironic the momentum that Lev has, given the fact that, strangely enough, he's not won a match all year.
Right.
Let's consider that. So where does he fall in there? However, he does really well in multi-man matches.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's an opportunity for him. Remember, the last big match he won was filling in at the last minute for the number one contender spot back at SHW79. And he won that match, a match that featured Hollywood Hunter James.
Right.
But Hollywood Hunter James, the second ever Jake the Snake Legacy champion, actually beat Lev last month. So who has the most momentum right now? Is it Hollywood Hunter James, who seems to be back on the road towards championship gold? Is it Alexander Lev? Or could it be the most experienced man in this match, that being Fry Daddy? He's been in the business over 12 years, longer than anybody else in the match.
Yep.
Or could it be superstar Jay Lucas, who won his first match in Southern Honor at our last show by beating Grayson Pierce?
Right.
And is Grayson Pierce too disturbed by trying to get the attention of Alexander Lev, or will he get the attention by Alexander Lev by winning this match? And then there is Rosario Grillo. To me, Alexander Lev set the table for Grillo to eat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alexander Lev came in at the last minute at SHW 69, turns around, wins the match, becomes the #1 contender. Depending upon where Grillo comes in, the people weren't ready for Grillo. He wasn't originally scheduled.
Right.
He could show up tonight and become the #1 contender. There are a lot of people high on Grillo, including one Carly Bravo. So the question now is, which of these 7 men will work with the luck of the draw, have enough endurance, and leave tonight as the #1 contender for Kyle Matthews' Jake the Snake Legacy Championship? It's the match I'm looking forward to the most tonight.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see it. I hope you're here to check it out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for this one. It's going to be huge. Like I said earlier, we're spoiled here at Southern Honor
We
Wrestling.
really are.
I mean, we have the best wrestlers in the state, in the Southeast, even across the country.
Absolutely.
Coming here to wrestle
Absolutely.
each and every month here at Southern Honor Wrestling. So very excited for that 7-man gauntlet match. You still have time to get down here. You got 45 minutes until bell time is at 8 o'clock. Kids 10 and under are free. 261 Marietta Road, Canton, Georgia. We are in the Action Building, and we are live right now with the SHW72 pre-show. Again, like I said, DJ Turner back here on the 1s and 2s. A great crowd filtering in as we speak, and we can't wait to see you guys get on down here. That leads us to the big main event here tonight. It was just a couple of months ago when we were all shocked at the end of our main event where Joe Black had just defeated it was a grueling match.
It was.
And he defeated Alexander Lev, but it was what happened after that that had everybody talking. It was the return. What's it been, 2 years at least
About
since we've
3 years.
seen?
Yeah.
3
Something like
years.
that.
Yeah.
The Chief, Austin Towers, storming to the ring, taking out the Kenway, taking out Joe Black with his eyes firmly set on that Southern Honor Championship. Well, like Joe Black said, you got to earn things around
That's
here,
right.
right? So Towers, he defeated Kenway last month, but it was what he did at the end of the show where he bloodied up Murder One back here on the stage right behind us that left a sour taste in everyone's mouth, especially the guys in the hierarchy. And so he was trying to get Joe Black's attention, and let's just say, I think he got his attention.
He did.
He bloodied up Murder One. Murder One wants some vengeance here tonight. So Murder One and Towers will go one-on-one, and Joe Black will be joining us right here on commentary for that matchup.
Ooh, lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Dang, I'm loving
Yeah.
here, Joe. I want to come over. Can I come over?
Sure.
Come on over.
You're
Announce the
always-
match.
you're
I just
always
wanna
welcome.
Come over. I want to hear Joe talk.
Yes, yes.
Y'all, Murder's going to be hot to trot tonight. I mean, oh my God. I don't know what Austin's thinking. I don't know what he's feeling like he can just come back and take on the hierarchy.
That's bold. That is bold.
It's bold.
What's going on, man?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on? I mean, I know you big. We all know you tower at 7, but we all know you big. You know, you can see over everything. But golly, man, for real? For real? I mean, really? Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
You know, to that end, I will say this: the determination of Austin Towers is something very special. And we remember when he was here years ago. You know, we saw him. We saw someone who could really be a star.
Yeah.
And then he kind of disappeared. And so, with him being back, his focus seems to be very singular, and that is the SHW Championship. And so, if it means going through the hierarchy, he's willing to do that. So the question now is, Murder One. What will Murder One do? And I'm actually nervous because we've seen what Murder
won't
One
he do?
can. That's the
What won't
better
he
question,
do?
right?
That's what I'm saying.
What won't he do? We can remember about a year or so ago when the tag team championships were up in the air, the
Right.
grapplers and exotic youth.
Everybody, brother.
And listen, the way that the hierarchy was somewhat screwed out of those tag titles,
Yes.
Murder One was not happy.
No.
We saw all kinds of violence happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now what happens when it happens directly to him? So, yeah, he's had a lot to say about Austin Towers. Can Towers prove himself tonight to be worthy not just of a championship match, but to be in the space of hanging and defeating the hierarchy? That's a major, major moment. Is Austin Towers up for the challenge, Or will Murder One defend the honor of the hierarchy, the group that he created? Because think about it. If you beat the leader, do you essentially cut the head off the snake? And if you do that, Joe Black is next, presumably.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think, and that's his end. We talk about end game, no pun intended.
None.
Saying end game, but in Towers' case, that's the end game. To get to Joe Black, to get to that championship belt. And, defeating Murder One here tonight is a step in that direction for sure. But it's going to be a big step to take because you've got, the hierarchy have the numbers game.
They do.
As we mentioned, Joe Black will be with us right here at ringside.
He
so,
will.
Arm's length, you know.
And it makes you wonder, will Austin Towers be focused enough with Joe Black this close?
Yeah. And if Joe decides he wants to get involved, we're not stopping him.
I won't get in his way.
I mean,
I'll throw out the carpet for him to do that. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. No, I mean, I think Austin has an arrogance about him that makes him feel like he doesn't care.
Well, is it arrogance or is it confidence?
I don't know. That's for him to tell us.
Well, tomato.
Well, if he wants, he's going to need confidence if he's going to step in the ring with Murder One tonight and expect a victory.
Or ignorance.
I'll tell you what. If he goes in with arrogance, it could be a long night.
It definitely could.
What's the phrase Sal likes to use? Is it youthful
ignorance?
Yes.
Youthful ignorance.
Some of these young guys, I mean, they're trying to, put their footprint.
I mean, because Murder's been around a minute.
He has.
So he knows things. He knows things that, oh, dear Jesus.
I'll just say this, and I don't think it's a stretch here. Murder One has been wrestling as long as Austin Towers has been alive.
Wow. Thank you.
So to get a win over Murder One, the things you're going to have to reach back and do.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing. Murder One likes a fight for no reason.
Right.
He wakes up wanting to fight.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to provoke him.
He just woke up and breathed, ready to fight. That's him. The question now is, now that he has a cause, do you really want to be, because I don't care how tall you are, I don't want to stand across a ring for Murder One at any point in time.
You knock the knees out of anybody. I don't care how tall you are.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's it. I mean, don't take but that one shot.
On sight. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited. We've got a massive card here tonight, folks. SHW72, like I said, live from the Action Building here in Canton, Georgia, 261 Marietta Road. And, kids 10 and under are free, as always. We've got a great crowd filtering in already. I still see people lined up outside making their way through the ticket line there, seeing Miss Faye and the crew.
Yeah.
So, where are you guys? Are you at home? Are you sitting there with nothing to do on a Friday night? If you're anywhere close, you still got 38 minutes until bell time, so get your behind down here and come join us. We've got plenty of room for you. We'll pack the place out. Yeah. And, you guys, I'm pumped. I don't – it's hard to pick which one match in particular, but I'm a little partial to that gauntlet match because the gauntlet match – is multiple matches in one.
It is.
And so, like I said, I kept mentioning it earlier, we're spoiled here. So that's
and it's
huge.
so unpredictable. Like you just, depending upon who enters where and who's paired with whom.
Right.
Because that's the other thing. There are some pairings that, they've got rivalries that we might not see across the ring from each other.
Exactly.
But on the other side of it, what if? The what ifs are crazy. Like, what if Hunter James and Alexander Lev start the match?
Ooh. Wouldn't that be something?
It's a guarantee that one of them won't be at the end.
Right.
Because we don't get the next person until one of them is out. So this is what's so unpredictable about it.
Yeah.
There's the possibility that they won't end up seeing each other at all. Or they could be the last two men standing. What if Rosario Grillo gets number 7 and he's the last guy to come in?
Yeah.
Or how about the superstar Jay Lucas, who, think about it, last month just got his first win. It could now propel him to becoming the Jake the Snake Legacy champion. It's all possible. It all goes down tonight. And the people are rocking with us, and we rock with all the people.
Yes, we do.
We hope you guys will come and join us tonight because I promise you, this is going to be another one of those nights that you're not going to forget. And you'll be a little upset if you have to read about it tomorrow.
It's not
But
the
that's
same.
usually what happens. Now, of course, come back and watch it on IWTV when it hits. And you can always check out our previous shows there. But Get here now. Watch history as it happens.
Amen.
Absolutely. Huge gauntlet match. Of course, I mentioned that match with Gunnar Miller and Sunny Days. Sunny Days defending all of us, defending the honor here of Southern Honor Wrestling. As we mentioned, the tag team division running wild here at Southern Honor. The Skulk and the Infantry all in action here tonight. And you know the Infantry is going to be fired up with those
really
stolen tag belts.
I'm looking forward to that. I want to hear. Where's Carly?
Can't wait to hear from Carly and see what him and Sean Dean, the captain, they're going to be doing once they get their hands on the Skulk, if they can get their hands on the Skulk.
Can they get their tag titles back?
Yeah. We'll find out all of that here tonight. And, of course, the gauntlet match. Did I mention everything? Murder One, Towers in the main event. It's going to be huge. Bottom line.
Side and the Skulk.
North side and the Skulk. Bottom line, get down here. You've got just over 30 minutes. And, you guys, the action building is going to be rocking. DJ Turnup's already rocking the pre-show. And we cannot wait to see you. But that's going to do it for now.
It is.
We'll see you guys when we start at 8 o'clock. But in the meantime, this has been
SHW.
And this is our wrestling.
Yes,
come on down.
Let's go.
You're the next contestant.
Southern Honor Wrestling fans, are you ready? Last month, the Chief Austin Towers left Murder One in a pool of his own blood in the hopes of getting the attention of Southern Honor champion Joe Black. Tonight, Murder One seeks revenge.
I cannot take this anymore.
Following an amazing tag team championship contest and a show of respect, it was the Skulk who seized an opportunity to attack the Infantry and steal their SHW tag team title belts. Tonight, both the Skulk and the Infantry will be in action.
Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
After the brutal attack of SHW co-owner Dylan Freimeyer at the hands of Gunnar Miller, it was Sunny Days who returned looking for payback. Tonight, the monster of SHW will clash with the so-called real GM in the center of the ring. And a new #1 contender for the Jake the Snake Legacy Championship will be decided tonight. 7 of the best wrestlers in Georgia face off in a huge gauntlet match.
Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
It's a night of unpredictability, a night of combustible elements, and a night that will have you on the edge of your seat. So again, I ask, are you ready?
Break. Break. Break.
Join us tonight for SHW72. Tickets start at just $15 and go on sale at the Action Building beginning at 5 p.m. Doors open at 7, bell time at 8. As always, kids 10 and under are free. Invite all your friends and let's show the world why we are SHW and this is our wrestling.
Everything you say to me